Up, sink. Good. There we go. That's pretty tender, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Whew, I think he likes it. All right, good. It's okay. We're all immature adults here. Don't worry about it. Yeah. The people who watch my channel are between the ages of 25 and 35. We're all immature. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Robbie, good to meet you today. Thanks for coming in. So Robbie is an entrepreneur and landscaper who has, as far as I understand, seen chiropractors before to deal with what you kind of described it to me as a leg length inequality, I think, or yeah. I'll let you talk about it. Why don't you kind of tell us what you're in here for today?
Yeah, so I have hip issues, and I believe that like one of my legs is longer than the other, and basically I was told by that from another chiropractor, and they did a whole bunch of different treatments. I don't know the technical terminology, but
that's fine.
And yeah, just trying to loosen up the hips and do some readjustments and stuff. I feel the pain sometimes at the end of the day when I'm lying in bed in the lower back, and then also yeah, just it really happens at the end of the day for a long day.
Yeah, and like I know I kind of mentioned that like you're a landscaper. Is that like you're the one who's doing the work, then labor as well, or are you like predominantly desk, like shot collar? Like what's your role?
It's a bit of mix.
Bit of mix.
Yeah, it's a bit of mix.
All right. So predominantly end of day, it gets worse. Are you noticing that there are any kind of activities that worsen that kind of discomfort, or?
Well, sometimes like after the gym, I can really feel it. If I'm sitting in like a, looking like a shrimp, like bent over and stuff for the whole day, just shrimping it.
Yeah. And, I've never actually heard that expression, just shrimping
it.
Okay.
And yeah, like that, and then just sitting in like a weird position. Like that, it's comfortable to you. And like I also notice when I'm like sitting in the chair, I always like lean to like one side.
Do you notice you have more discomfort on that side?
It's like it's comfortable. Doing that, so it's like it relieves the discomfort, I think.
Do you get more discomfort on one side than the other usually?
Yeah, maybe the left side.
Left side more often than not? Okay, because I noticed that you were leaning to the right, so you feel like that relieves the left side
a little bit. And sometimes I get like it feels like a pinch. Like kind of, and it'll shoot down my leg.
So you'll get a shooting pain down the left leg, I imagine, or either leg.
Sometimes it's either,
Okay, so it switches on occasion.
Yeah.
The pinching, is that when you're sitting for prolonged periods of time?
I can't say.
You can't say with certainty, okay. How long ago did you see the previous chiropractor?
Probably like 2 years ago.
2 years ago, okay. And with the gym, like you said that it can be worse after gym, are there certain exercises in the gym that you notice either really provoke this or make it worse?
Yeah, and it's not because of my form, it's squatting.
Okay.
And like for tall dudes, it's hard to like
squat. Of course,
squat.
You have longer femurs, so that's going to tilt the hips further back. Yeah.
So sometimes, that would
so now I know you mentioned it's not due to form. Like do you have like a background in weightlifting? Have you received personal training from somebody who actually knows how to lift? All right, because personal trainers is a spectrum of them. So I hope that you've been guided through that.
I got a really good personal trainer.
Love it. I love good personal trainers. If you're a good personal trainer, leave it in the comments because I want to meet you. Okay, so that has been good for you, but squats really do aggravate then,
Yeah, squats,
Okay, is that at like the bottom of the squat? Is that when you're descending? Is that when you're ascending? Or is it just like afterwards? Oh, wow, sore.
It's kind of afterwards. Yeah, because I think sometimes my back will kick in a bit, lower back, and that's probably what's happening.
Of course, you probably have a bigger forward lean to compensate for the femurs, would be my guess in that case, and that's kind of just with your anatomy. Okay. Any exercise that you find to be relieving for the discomfort at all, or not particularly?
No. I mean, I don't know, like stretching before and after. I do all that, but no exercises.
Okay, all right. Well, a couple things to explore here, okay? Because we're pulled all the way back to the start of what Robbie was talking about with kind of that the different sized legs. That's a very common. More older idea that was prevalent with a lot of chiros. As far as leg length inequalities goes, there's such a thing as a structural or an anatomical leg length, where you actually x-ray both legs, you get the tape measure, and compare the two sides. That's pretty rare, to have a true anatomical leg length discrepancy. You very well might have a functional leg length discrepancy when one leg is appearing to be longer than the other due to either muscular tightness or some kind of joint restriction, or just your movement patterns that physically will maybe make one side tighter than the other pull up, therefore it's presented as different lengths. I don't know yet. All right, we'd have to examine you. And obviously, you're getting low back pain as a result of the squat, so it all translates kind of up the scale in that manner too.
Yeah.
What about like upper body, neck? I think you said you get neck soreness too, kind of like on and off, or.
Yeah, I'd say the main issue is definitely the lower back, and then the neck stuff. It's like kind of
in the traps region.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, you know, something that actually just came to mind
What's
is like mid back. I'll sometimes get like back twitches and stuff, like muscle fiber twitches, something like that in there.
Okay.
So I don't know.
So
we can look at that.
You say occasionally, like, are there certain, again, I'm going to ask the same questions like movements, or is it just kind of like randomly throughout the day? Is it if you have been sitting for too long, or?
Yeah, again, I can't say.
Can't say.
I think it's just random.
All right, well, that's all good. We'll take a look at the low back, the hips, the upper back, and the neck today then. Any headaches too, or no?
Yeah, I actually do suffer from a lot of headaches.
How frequently do you get headaches?
Maybe like 3 times a week.
Oof, yeah. That's actually quite a lot.
Yeah, it actually is. Yeah,
that's a lot. Have you ever done any kind of investigation into that? Do you have a diagnosis for them, or no? All right. So there are 4 different kinds of primary headaches and a ton of different secondary ones, but we can examine for the primary types of headaches that chiros can help for, which are tension, and the secondary ones, which are cervicogenic, to see if we could also help those out. Of course, there's also pressure headaches and stress-related headaches, stuff like that. We can't treat as effectively, but still, we want to see what we can do to help out in that manner too.
Cool.
Okay. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do a full physical exam for all the regions that we just talked about, find out the ways that we can treat you that, in my opinion, would be the most effective. Any questions about that?
No.
Perfect.
No,
let's get into it. So as we just covered in the history there, Robbie's kind of dealing with full spine issues. Spine issues sounds very serious, but we got issues in all of the regions that we're going to examine for today. So we'll start with the neck as we usually do. And I need you to bring your chin down to your chest for me, okay? So can you go any further than that? Like as far as you can. Perfect. Now, do you get any pulling? I think you mentioned kind of in the traps region, you get any pulling or aggravation of back here as you do that?
A little bit. More so like right around.
More so like dead center,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's pointing to kind of his C7-T1 region, that CT junction. Again, that's a transition zone. Anytime we get a transition zone, very common site of tension. If I go ahead and do something kind of mean, push the head further, better, worse, or the same as I do that?
The same.
The same. Okay, good. Come back up for me. I want you to look up towards the ceiling now, please. Any discomfort in the traps or in the back of the neck with that?
No.
No? All right, again. I'm going to pull you further. How about now?
Nope.
Nope. Good. Face forward. I need you to rotate as far as you can to the right, please. Check your blind. Oh, sorry. Just with your head. Just with your head. Good. So we can get to about, let's say 60 degrees. Oh, we can get further. We can get to 70. That's nice. Now as far as you can to the left, we can get to just a little bit less. Can you go any further than that?
No.
So that's a hard 60. Here we can push past it. On the left side, we can't.
Yeah.
So I'll get you to tilt your right ear to your right shoulder for me. We get to about 55 maybe, and left to left. 45, pretty close. Hard, a little bit less of a discrepancy on the lateral flexion as compared to the rotation. I'll get you to give yourself a tight hug for me. Good, and now I'll get you to rotate as far as you can to the right. Rotate, 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 rotate. Get into about, let's call that 45, 50. Rotate as far as you can to the left. Okay, we'll call that a lot more. So to the left, we can get to, I'd say almost 70 degrees. That's really good. Good. Okay, relax. Stand on up for me. I want you to bend down, touch your toes for me. Any discomfort in the low back as you do that bending?
No.
No? Okay, now I want you to come back up the other way. I want you to extend backwards now, okay? Any discomfort with that? Ooh. This guy can limbo actually pretty well.
Yeah.
Right. So that's good too. So really, you can have a seat for me. We're seeing most of a discrepancy within the neck on the left side of movements, so there's that. His lumbar range of motion is fine, and there's a discrepancy again in the thoracic spine. Sorry, did you mention that you had discomfort more on one side than the other when it comes to kind of the low back? I think you said it was the left side.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So we're going to start with your right side,
Okay.
if that's the case. Okay, let's try to compare normals before I look at abnormals.
Cool.
I'm going to bring this leg, I'm going to lift it straight up just to start. You let me know if you get any pain down the leg. And wow, we're getting to about there, and it starts to become very difficult. No, we can go further. Hold up. Are you getting any pain at all in the back or down the leg as I do this?
Yeah, right. Well, like hamstring.
So just hamstring tightness.
Yeah.
So hamstring tightness is normal with a straight leg raise. He does have some decreased mobility here. Most people, normal range is between 80 and 90 degrees. Here we're able to get to maybe 45. But no, that's okay. I can get to 45 too. It comes with the whole bodybuilding, landscaping, hard manual labor type deal. So I'll lower that down. The important thing is we're not getting any shooting down the leg, because that straight leg raise, it tests for radiculopathies and disc issues and stuff like that. All right, now we're going to go ahead and lift this side up. Let's see if we can get to that 45 degrees. Any discomfort in the back or down the leg with this?
Nope.
Ooh, I need to work though. Damn. So I just need to get that off the mic. That's okay. Any discomfort there?
Nope.
No. Okay, slowly lower this leg down yourself, please. That's okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, good. Bend the knee. You know, you got long femurs, you're right.
For real.
I'm gonna just push through that. That's okay.
Yeah.
Love it. Bring this up and push through. That's okay.
Yep.
I wish I was taller. You know, I'd be able to actually reach around fully there, but it's okay.
Yeah, but then you would have lower back issues all the time.
Good point. I appreciate your outlook for me. I'm sorry you're so tall.
Thank you.
All right. Any discomfort as I bring this hip all the way up into flexion?
No.
No. He said painful. And any discomfort as I rotate the hip in like that at all?
Not in the hips. No.
Not in the hip. What are you feeling?
The knee.
The knee. Okay. If I take my hand off the knee, is that better, or is
No,
it
I
still
feel
in the knee?
yeah.
Do you have any history of knee issues?
When I was younger,
What did you do?
Okay, you know, like that game in school where you're on those like, it's a little square and then there's wheels and you roll around.
Yeah.
You guys know those?
You're a
That
millennial and Gen Z.
That
yeah.
death trap thing, eh?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I ruined my knees on those.
That's good.
Stuff, yeah.
Like, did you actually like injure it, or?
And, I remember hurting it pretty bad, but it wasn't like I didn't have to go to the doctor or anything.
Couldn't have been that bad then. How are you as I bring this one up?
Good, yeah.
Cool. So we get a lot less. Oh, what's going on here?
I keep doing that. Keep going. Kind of like right there.
Kind of get some pulling in the quadriceps a little bit. All right, so a little bit of a hip flexor issue as on the internal rotation. How's that there?
Good.
Good. Awesome. Okay.
You know, another thing that just came to mind is sometimes I get random pains here.
Kind of right
Yeah.
in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. When do you get those that you notice, or like truly random?
Truly random, but I noticed them.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long have you been getting them for about?
A while now.
Long time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So right where he's pointing, that is where our appendix is. But if he's been having it for a long time, very doubtful it would be a case of appendicitis. And the only reason I'm even talking about that is because I had a patient the other day who thought she had appendicitis. It wasn't. So now in here, what do we have? He's pointing right to that ASIS, or anterior superior iliac spine region, which is just close to where we get the hip flexors connecting in from. We're specifically referring to the iliopsoas in this case, and Sarah will put a diagram up right there. Sarah's my editor. With that said, I'll get you to take a big breath in for me. Big breath all the way out. Okay, yeah, so that's going to be a really hypertonic and angry iliopsoas there. You okay? You still with me? Yeah. That's definitely something we'd want to work. In fact, just because we're in the right position, we're going to work it right now. Okay? So I'll get you to, with your left foot, put it flat on the table. I'm going to get you to bend that knee. Perfect. And now with my hands right here, I'm actually going to move the microphone just because it's right underneath me. I'm going to get you to slowly lift this leg straight up off the table 5 inches, okay?
Okay, let's do it.
Perfect. Good. And then slowly lower down. Tolerable?
Yeah.
It's tough,
good.
eh? Yeah, okay. We're going to do that 7 more times, okay?
Okay, let's go.
Go ahead. So the iliopsoas is one of the primary hip flexors, okay? And somebody who works out a lot at the gym, who sits a lot, and who also does hard landscaping work, they're going to have a lot of activation in this psoas. Why is that? Well, the psoas is the muscle that's constantly engaged when we're sitting. Okay, it's connected to our lumbar spine proper, comes down, connects into the groin region. It's shortened when our hips are flexed, which is the case when we're sitting, but also doing a bunch of other labor stuff. So that's why people who switch back and forth between being stationary, between sitting for long periods of time, to then heavy active labor, picking heavy things up, putting them down, can get psoas issues quite regularly. That's for you as well as the audience to know.
Cool.
Was that 8, by the way? I wasn't counting.
I'm not counting either. I'm just going.
All right, there we go. We'll call that an 8. Okay. We're going to do that 2 more times.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to start by going a little bit lower, closer towards the groin. Breath in. All the way out. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's okay.
Good. All right. Go ahead. 8. So we're getting less pain as we go lower down, which means that it's not so much a tendinous issue, as that's where we start to reach towards the insertion point of the iliopsoas. It's more to do with the muscle belly itself, which is located higher up. I think this
that's
is
8.
That's 8? Okay, good. Wow, we both did it. We both counted great. I'm so proud of us. Okay. Now once again, we're going to go higher up for muscle belly. Breath in. All the way out. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. 8. New patient.
Oh.
You okay?
Yeah.
Good. You're tough, you're strong, you're tough, you're strong. Okay?
Ow.
All right, good stuff, man. That's the most painful technique that I do in here, by the way. So you just manage that. You'll be fine with everything else. Okay, so palpation time. We're going to be starting down in the SI joints. You mentioned you get more discomfort on your left side on occasion, which is why you sometimes lean to the right. Going to push down through there, compare that to this side. Weird that your right actually feels more restricted to me. It could be that balancing act, you trying to lean towards the right, puts more stresses through this side.
Yeah.
That would be my best hypothesis as to why. Ooh, tender in through here?
No, it just feels good, you know.
Oh, feels good. Love it. We're going to get along. Yeah, I think you said you last saw that chiro 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, it's been some time.
It's been a minute. Have you been seeing anybody else like to take? Okay, that answers that. Yeah. Right. All right, Robbie, so we're going to adjust in through the middle back here, okay? Oh, look at that. That actually just popped right there as I said that. Perfect. All right, I'm going to get you just stay as still as you can.
Okay.
Breath in for me, and all the way out. Fast, fast, fast. Good. There we go. Got some on the second thrust there. Breath in, all the way out. Got a lot there too. Good, good. I think I kind of blocked the camera there, but that's the reality of patient-centered care. They take the priority over video. Sorry, guys. How do those feel?
Good.
Good.
Yeah, I like it.
Happy to hear. Now, was there one trap side that? Oh, right side here.
Yeah, you're putting your finger there.
Right on it, huh?
Yeah, maybe go up a little bit. I don't know. Left a little. Oh yeah. Oh,
Found it. Okay, so yes, that's very much the left scap insertion. We might have already actually gotten the joint directly underneath it, but we'll try for that anyways. So when I say breath in, breath out, I want you to like fast out. Okay.
Yeah.
So breath in, all the way out. Yeah. Okay. I think we got that one already because nothing's there. We'll check the other side. Once again, breath in. All the way out. Good, good, good. No, okay. Nothing up there today. That's fine. Alright, so Robbie really liked when I was working in through the thoracic paraspinals. He said it felt good, so I figured that this will feel even better. Now, Robbie, at this point in time, I usually ask the patient if they have I ask them a question about themselves so they can kind of connect with the audience. So my question for you is, do you have, what is it, that you do? You kind of shared that you do landscaping, but what is it about that career choice that you find rewarding?
Yeah, definitely. So we do a mix of hardscaping and softscaping. And hardscaping means it's like anything to do with stonework.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff that's not technically living, like plants. So, patios, retaining walls, walkways, lighting, things like that. And then on the softscaping side, we do a lot of property maintenance. So, spring and fall cleanups, trimming perennials and annuals and turning the soil and ornamental and hedge trimming and everything like that. And I think, the bulk of the satisfaction kind of comes in with the hardscaping. You do a design, you're turning someone's backyard kind of into a vacation for them.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah, without going halfway across the world. You can just build it within their backyard, and it's something that they're proud of, something they enjoy, something you're proud of, and you just know there's going to be a lot of good times spending in the space you're creating. So you do get fulfillment from that.
I can absolutely believe that. Like, if you're creating that environment where memories can then be made, like, that's powerful. Okay, that's how families bond. That's how friends will hang out. So that's actually, I like that a lot. Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
No problem.
right, so Robbie kind of mentioned that the previous chiropractor you were seeing mentioned that he has a discrepancy in his leg lengths. And let's kind of visualize that here if that's at all possible. So I'm going to roll this up and shake them out just a little bit, bring the heels together and see if there is a size discrepancy. Forgive me, I'm going to put my head in the way of the camera as I do this. Yeah. So from this angle, it can be perceived that we have maybe a little bit of a higher right heel as compared to the left when you look at this. But the one caveat that I want to make is that in doing this kind of examination, this is very non-specific, okay? Like, could it be that we have tighter muscles up the chain, whether that's in the calf, the hamstring, the quads, the glutes? Could something like that be pulling everything up, which gives the perception of this higher? Is there a restriction in the SI joint? It won't rotate as much, so therefore you won't get this as much pointing downward. I don't really know. So yes, while it could be observed that there is a leg length, or the perception of a leg length discrepancy, is that anatomical? Is that structural? Is it functional? There still remains work to be done. Now, I palpated his lower back there. There is a restriction on that right SI joint. So my guess is that that could be what's actually going on here rather than an actual change in leg length comparatively. Now, if we recall on physical exam, Robbie was having some mild reduction in the left side of his, ooh, and that's really tender too. So that's me feeling at the COC1 level, the very top between the atlas, the first cervical vertebrae, and the occiput. So feeling down, lower down on the left side, rotate, rotate. That's pretty tender, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Whew, I think he likes it. All right, good. It's okay. We're all immature adults here. Don't worry about it. Yeah. The people who watch my channel are between the ages of 25 and 35. We're all immature. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Mm-hmm. Oh. Good, good. All right. So that's incredibly tender on that left side. We're going to be starting with that for certain. I'm going to bring this microphone over. And I'm actually going to use this technique here to not slip because we might have some of the oil left on it. Drop the head there. Good, good. All right, so have you ever had your neck adjusted before?
I don't remember.
You don't remember. Okay, well, I need two things in order to get it to go, okay?
Okay.
So the first thing that I need from you is to turn your head as far as you can to the right for me. Okay, good, good. And then from that position, I'm going to get my head out of the camera. I need you to relax, relax. Now the second,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that was a lie. I just need you to not expect it. How was that?
That was good.
Glad you think so. I thought it was good too. All right, good stuff. Let's see what that right side feels like now. Not as bad on this side, huh?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so a little bit of something down towards the base. We'll
Yeah.
handle that, but nowhere near as bad. So let's go ahead and move this over. Okay, so again, rotate as far as you can to the left. Good, good. Nice. Love it. So aren't you happy we did the neck?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. That feels so much better. I'm happy.
Me too.
Good. All right, so you're close to correctly positioned here. I'm going to pull this. Good, good. You're gonna, is your head comfortable like that? You're okay like that?
Yeah.
Perfect. We're going to get you to hold that right there. I'm going to bring this bottom leg straight up.
Yeah.
I'm going to scooch the hips towards me, please. Close, close. Yeah, usually I can just kind of manhandle the patient over here, but you're a little bit too big for that. So now what I need from you, again, is to actually just, let's see, I don't think we need you to breathe for this one. Just roll towards me. Good, good. And relax. I'm not going to let you fall, okay? I want you to sink up top. Sink, sink, sink. There we go. That went very easily. Other side. All right, I'm going to pull this right here. Drop the head there for me. Good. Take this. Hook right there. Nice. Bottom leg up. Hips towards me, please. I love it. Good. Hook you right there. Push that leg back. Good. All right, breath in for me, all the way out. Relax, relax, relax. That was everything on that side too. Well done. Robbie, how did you find all of that?
Relaxing.
Good.
Honestly, yeah.
I'm happy to hear.
It's like, it kind of feels like you have like a lot of tension built up that you don't know about, and then it gets released and you're like, oh.
It was all
Yeah,
there.
yeah, it was all there.
Now it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I tell this to a lot of people, but seeing either a chiro, a massage therapist, a physiotherapist, some kind of musculoskeletal expert regularly can be a great way to relieve these kinds of tensions that you don't know are there. All right. Well, as soon as you are aware of them, and then even better, having them relieved, it feels really good. I think Robbie was really sleepy ever since we finished with the tools. Once we were done with the tools, like he got up, he seemed like, oh, ready to take a nap, which is a very, very common response that I get from patients in here. So yeah, with Robbie, like the low back, the hips, the low back and the hips are located right next to each other, okay, on the chain that is our body. So any kind of decreases within our rotational ability of the hips, for example, can then translate to back pain, which I believe thoroughly would be impacting his squats, at least to a degree. Again, we've got longer femurs, so that's going to force the hips to come back further, which is also going to require more internal rotation as we get lower and lower. His internal rotation is okay. I think it could be better on the hips. So what I would be doing with him, or what I will be doing with him on camera rather, is some banded internal hip rotation work. If you haven't been shown that kind of stuff before, I'd love to include it in your squat warm-up routine. I know that I do it myself, and I think that could help to take some stresses off the hip and therefore also off the compensatory low back pains. All right. Now, before we kind of sign off today, do you have any kind of questions, concerns, or comments for me or anything at all?
So with the lower back, so we did the lower back, we did the neck. What did we find, like, because remember we were talking about that pain? It's not appendix pain.
Oh, the iliopsoas, yes.
So what is that, and how is it treated, and how do I prevent it getting worse? Yeah,
okay. So the iliopsoas, first off, I usually show this to the patient on my app over there, and like again, I said we throw up a diagram. The diagram should go up in editing. But the iliopsoas is one of our two primary hip flexor muscles. Okay, and you were very, very tender in that right iliopsoas. All right, so whenever you get kind of hypertonicity or tenderness or issues with a muscle that spans over a certain joint, you're also going to get impactions on that joint structure, okay? Because understand that if the muscle that moves the joint isn't working, by definition, the joint doesn't have full access to its proper ability, okay? So anytime we get an issue with one area, okay, we get compensation both above and below. All right, that could mean knee, that could mean low back, that could mean if it's your CT junction there, that could mean neck, upper back, etc., etc. Now the iliopsoas, I will actually show it to you on my app if we have enough time after this. We can work on its mobility either through like passive therapies, like what I did to you today where I was digging into that region. We can also just work to stretch it out. Okay, again, it is engaged when we are sitting because our hip is pulled into flexion. Understands that this is a not flexed hip, this is a flexed hip, we get shortening of the psoas. So if you sit for prolonged periods of time and then you go load up in a flexed hip position without kind of taking that time to stretch it out and return it back to its normal length, we can get contractures, we can get hypertonicity of that, which then leads to hip issues. Okay? So again, muscular, very common, not something to be overly concerned about, and in my opinion, easily fixable.
Cool.
Okay? Any other questions?
And then I guess the approach to that would be the same to like the lower back, or like to the neck as well.
Sorry, approach to that in terms of...
So like looking on the app, and then just, doing different stretches, or then you said therapy.
I'll show you the stretches. Okay, the stretches are very simple. And it would just be about including those in your warm-up routine before you go and hyper-engage it, such as the case with like heavy squats, right? As long as there's some sort of balance beforehand, you should be okay moving forward. And obviously stretches, they're more of an art than a science. If you want to do them every day, do them every day, all right? They're like, a lot of people are like, how long should I stretch for? As long as you need to. If you really want a number, do it 4 times, 30 seconds each. But like, as long as you need to for your unique body. Any other questions?
That's it.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming in, Robbie. Really appreciate you doing this today with us. And have yourself a great lunch.
Thanks. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Thank you, Robbie. You looks like that dude. You got that like draw me position on. Yeah. Ah, she sees it now. There it is. Oh, we're still recording.